Hey, what's up everyone? Tom here from Pizarro's Pieces. I'm getting a lot of requests from people to do videos on my personal collection, so I've decided to put a few short ones together on certain aspects of my collection. So I've decided to do the first one on Masters of the Universe. Now, for you guys that follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, you'll know that when it comes to He-Man and Masters of the Universe, my main focus is unusual items like radios, clocks, even like things like soap dishes, bags, comics. I don't really collect the figures. Why? I'm not really sure. Maybe it's because quite a few people collect the figures, and I love the figures, don't get me wrong, but I prefer the more unusual things. And I think for me, the thrill of the hunt to find the more unusual things. The figures are quite easy to come by, not so much the rare ones, but a lot of the common ones. Through the business, I'm constantly picking up He-Man. He-Man's one of my biggest sellers through Pizarro's Pieces. But I've got a few here. I've put a few out here for you to show you guys. I do have more, but I've decided to just sort of put a few of the better ones out, and I'll go a little bit more in depth with what I've got here. So obviously, Masters of the Universe, the toys came out in 1981. So this was before the cartoon. The cartoon didn't come out till 2 years later. And as everyone knows, the toys were a huge success with kids around the world, and they pretty much dominated the toy market from sort of 81 to 81, 82 to the mid 80s for a few years really, until other lines like Thundercats and that came out. So I've obviously got quite fond memories of He-Man, even though I was actually born in 83. I had an older brother, so he was already sort of playing with these sort of toys, so I got into them quite big, and He-Man sort of went on till sort of 86, 87, and you know, they do reruns of the cartoons and all that, and one of my first words as a kid was power, so that sort of goes to show my huge interest in Masters of the Universe. So I've just put a few bits out here today. As you can see, I've got the slime pit here. I've got a complete slime pit, which I've put together separately. I bought the slime pit a couple of years ago. I managed to pick the comic up to go with it. And then I've got a sealed tub of slime that I got off a friend via Instagram, and is still very much slimy. It hasn't gone solid or anything, which is great. This is like 20, it's got to be 30 years old nearly, so that's pretty good. I've got a couple of common characters here as well. Merman, I've got a Hall Trooper, Leech. I loved Leech as a kid. There were my memories of him, having him in the bath and all that. Great fun. Mosquito as well, I had as a kid. This is a great one as well, obviously with the blood pumping action. Yeah, look at that. He still works very well. I've got He-Man and Skeletor there with Battle Cat and Panther, and then at the front there you can see I've got a laser power He-Man that I picked up a couple of years ago. Now he's not complete, but it is a rare figure. They were only, the laser power He-Man and the laser light Skeletor was only released in Italy, and it was at the very end of Masters of the Universe line, so not many were made. And these guys carded can go complete ridiculous money. You know, I've seen them go from anything from sort of 400 quid up to 800-900. It's just crazy sort of money. I paid quite a bit for him. He didn't come out with a pound bin or anything, and he's got his sword, so he's pretty cool. He's one of the better pieces in my collection. But one of the great ones I've got is this guy. So this is my only carded Masters of the Universe figure. So this is the Buzzsaw Hordak, which is probably the rarer of the Hordaks. And I picked this up a couple of years ago, and it came with this case. I got a great deal on this. And I get a lot of people asking me, when are you going to sell it? When are you going to sell it? He's not for sale. He is my only carded Masters of the Universe figure. And he perhaps will probably always be, unless I can find a He-Man or Skeletor maybe at a decent price. But yeah, I'll show you the... Go and zoom in for you. And Masters of the Universe, always known for the great artwork on the cards, and the comics, of course, always came with great artwork. I loved them. So yeah, I just thought I'd sort of share a little bit of my collection, just do a few short videos. I'll probably end up doing 2 or 3 on He-Man alone. I just sort of wanted to showcase some of my figures. I've got a boxed complete Fright Zone, sealed, I've got most of the horde on display. I've got quite a few Skeletors variants, but I just thought I'd throw a few. I haven't got a complete collection. I know there's some guys, friends of mine on Facebook, who collect the figures, and they end up going for the French versions, and then there's the Argentinian versions and the Indian Leo versions. Like, it's just non-stop craziness when it comes to the figures. That doesn't interest me. I'm more interested in the more obscure items. That's what I like to collect, and I'm more interested in them. But I do love the figures, and I have got a few, and I've got a few commons, and I probably will get some more over the coming years of collecting. Who knows? But yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick video, just sort of share a few of my He-Man bits with you, and I'll probably do, like I said, a second and third video. I'll showcase other sections of my collection. I've got Marvel, I've got Gremlins, I've got Godzilla, I've got King Kong. You know, there's quite a few aspects of my collection. I've got a few Thundercats as well, so I'll just do little short videos just showing you guys around, and then I'll probably do the odd video showing, you know, my whole collection and keeping people updated. As you guys know from previous videos, I've got starting to collect Supernaturals now, Swamp Thing. So yeah, there's quite a few videos to put out there. I hope you guys are all enjoying the videos that I've been putting up. Like I said, I'm trying to keep consistent with Tuesdays and Fridays, so 2 a week. Whether they be interviews, reviews, toy collections, my top 5s that I've started to do. But yeah, if you've not subscribed, please do. Feel free to write something in the comments below. You know, if you're a He-Man collector, who's your favourite toy? Let us know. Give us a like, a share. Catch me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram under Pizarro's Pieces. Thanks for the continued support, guys, and I'll see you soon.
Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, "By the power of